got an unboxing of the Gideon Optics Alpha. And this is kind of a sad day because I've already reviewed all their other optics, and this is the last one. And I love working with these guys, so hopefully we'll see some more stuff coming out from them pretty soon with SHOT Show right around the corner and everything. They make absolutely awesome dots, and I'm sure this one's going to be great too. This is it. This is the last one. This is what the packaging looks like. You got your info here on the side. You got some more info here. Just a yellow bottom. Got their Gideon logo there, and obviously this is the top. Let's get this thing opened up and see what all's inside. Alright, so the lid just lifts off. And you got your foam padding here. We've got a cleaning cloth, and we've got our little booklet on this, and it just is pulled apart. And we've got our CR 1632 battery. We've got our Torx wrench. And we've got a flathead wrench to adjust our windage and elevation. Gideon always provides you with lots of screws, which is nice. It looks like we have 3 pairs of screws here. So pretty cool. And in here we have the optic. And we've got silica gel. And it looks like that is everything in the box. Alright, there is our Gideon Optics Alpha. And very nice looking dot. Now this does have RMR footprint. It does have a 1913 rail on it right now, which we'll be taking this off, but you could use this on an AR, a shotgun. You could use it for a backup sight if you wanted to put it on a 45-degree offset. But it is RMR footprint. So Gideon's dots are all RMR except for the Judge, which is RMSC, and the Mediator. If you're going to put it on a pistol, you have to have an Acro plate, which Gideon is selling now. But the Alpha, the Omega, and the Rock are all RMR footprint. Alright, before we start talking about the dot on this, let's go over some of the specs on this. So this is constructed out of 7075 T6 grade aluminum. Let's go over the dimensions. So we've got a 45 millimeter length on this. It is 32 millimeters wide, and our height on this is 26.4 millimeters. The Gideon Optics Alpha is IPX7 waterproof, which is a good thing. As you can see on the bottom, it is sealed. It doesn't have a weather plate that comes with it like some of the other dots do. This one is sealed right from the factory. Let's get into the battery life. So I showed you it does run on CR 1632. It is top load, which is awesome. Now the Alpha does have shake awake. Once this is turned on, you leave it set, don't touch it, it will shut off after 225 seconds. And as soon as you grab your gun or tap the optic, it's going to come back on. Now it has a 20,000 hour continuous battery life on brightness level 6, and we'll get into the brightness levels here in a second. With the shake awake activated, they're estimating a 50,000 hour battery life, which we hear that on pretty much every red dot. Personally, just stick with the plan like I do. Just change your batteries once a year, especially with this being top load. You're not going to have to take it off and have to re-zero the optic. Now let's talk about the windage and elevation on this. So you have 45 MOA of travel on the windage and elevation. It is 1 MOA per click. And while we've got this here, they are tactile and they are audible. I can barely hear them, but I can hear them, so I doubt the camera's going to pick it up. Let's check our elevation and see if it's the same. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but very audible. You can definitely feel in between each click, which I like. It's a really nice job on the windage and elevation. All right, let's get into the reticle because that's what we're here to talk about. Now, the Alpha is just like the Rock. You can get this with a green reticle or a red. And when I say reticle, the reason I'm saying that is because this is just not a red dot or a green dot. This actually has the dot and the circle, just like the Rock. And you do not have the ability to select between running just the dot or just the circle or the circle and dot. If you buy the Alpha, it is just like the Rock, and you will be stuck with dot and circle. So keep that in mind. Now, it did not bother me at all on the Rock. I absolutely loved it. I'm sure I'm going to like it on this also. And I talked about it in the Rock video. I am going to slowly start probably switching everything to green at this point. The green doesn't bother my astigmatism. They just have a lot crisper look on the dot and the circle than red. And these Gideons are super bright if you decide to go with the green option. Now, speaking of that dot, it is a 3 MOA dot, and the circle is a 65 MOA circle. Now, your brightness settings, you're going to have 10 brightness settings. So you're going to have 8 regular brightness settings, and then you're going to have your 2 night vision compatible ones. Now, to turn on the optic, you just hit your plus right here. It is on, which is nice. So the battery is already installed, plus you will get 1 extra battery. Now, to cycle your dot down, you just hit your minus button right behind that, and that will turn it all the way down. We're going to turn this back up. All right, and I'm going to turn it off. So to turn it off, you want to hold the minus button. That took about 3 seconds for that to turn off. But remember, if you're going to use Shake Awake, you want to turn it on, get your brightness level adjusted right where you want it, and then when it sits, it will shut itself off. But as soon as you touch it or grab your gun, it's going to come back on. All right, I want to show you what the reticle looks like on this. It's super bright and it's very clean. I've been very, very happy with their green reticles. Alright, so the last thing I want to talk about is the warranty on these Gideon optics. This Alpha has a 3-year warranty. And I am going to go take this and get it mounted on the gun so you can see what it looks like. And in the next video, we will take it to the range for a review. Alright, there it is. Got it on the Strike 80 build. Really like how it looks. And the other awesome thing is I am able to co-witness my sights. I've got really high suppressor height sights on this. So these will actually co-witness really well right through there, just like the Rock does on my Kiger 9C Pro. Now, speaking of that, I'm on the fence whether I'm going to run it on this frame or not when we get it out to the range. Strike Industries no longer makes this frame, and they probably will never make this frame again. So I'm kind of on the fence whether I want to retire it or not. I don't want anything to happen to it because I'll never be able to get another one. And now that we have the Anderson Kiger 9C Pro, I can run the slide on this frame. Let me take that off. I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like on the Kiger 9C Pro. Alright, there it is on the SCT frame from Anderson Manufacturing. That looks really, really good too. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll split it up. We'll run a mag or two with the Strike 80 frame, and then we'll run the rest of it with the SCT frame from Anderson. But either way, it looks really good on both. Alright, in the next video, I will see you guys out at the range for a review. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.